Probably better.
I see. It's given the drug. Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah. Glad you reminded me of that. I almost forgot. Maybe I have to remember that next year. I'm gonna put a note right now. Right?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the August 6, 2018 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
With liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin. Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Barbara Scolaire.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Coli DePietro.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Tom Inman.
Here.
Okay, you have before you the minutes from the July 16, 2018 Crest Hill City Council meeting. Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
We have motion by Alderman Coli DePietro, seconded by Alderwoman Scolaire. Questions or comments in regards to the minutes from the July 16th City Council meeting? Roll call, please.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Abstain.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Abstain.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Coli DePietro.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, you have before you the minutes from the July 23rd Crest Hill work session. Motion would be in order.
So moved, Mayor. Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert, to approve the minutes of the Crest Hill work session on July 23rd, 2018. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Marco Coli DePietro.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And you have before you the minutes from the Crest Hill work session held on July 30th, 2018. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the approval of the minutes from the July 30th work session. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Coli DePietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we have several guests in the audience this evening, but what I'd like to do now is do our business promotion for this evening. And we have representatives here from the American Italian Cultural Club who are holding their Festa Italiana this weekend on August 10th and 11th, so 11th and 12th, my fault. 11th and 12th, so I would like to invite them to the podium for a business promotion for the Festa Italiana, which is in many years of operation in the city of Crest Hill.
Thank you very much. This is our 19th year in Crest Hill, so thank you very much for all your support. This year, actually last year, we were voted one of the top 3 events in Will County, so hopefully we can make another one of those nice certificates. This year, entertainment-wise, on Saturday, we have Frank Rossi, Shindig, and Cover Story. And on Sunday, we have Joe Martino, Diva Montel, and George. Those that are familiar, they do a lot of opera and stuff. And Strung Out. There's also a pasta eating contest, which I challenged Marco to...
How many pasta?
Nate, you can.
Maybe somebody else can
Nate'll
substitute
do
it.
it.
Nate'll do it.
I am a good eater.
He is.
Yeah, he is a good eater.
And Tony wants to talk about a few other things.
Yeah, and for the record, this is Zach Colhagen and Tony Murin.
Hi, I'm Tony Muir, and I'm the president of the American Italian Culture Society. I've been doing it for about 6 years. Absolutely love it. Everybody that comes here, if you're not Italian, you feel Italian. There's plenty of meatballs on a stick, meatballs, pasta, beef sandwiches, sausage sandwiches. It's so fun. There's kids games. There's a pasta eating contest like Zach said. I'm in charge of the raffle baskets. We have over 70 raffle baskets this year. Some of them include the Blackhawks donated 4 tickets to 200 level seat Blackhawks. We have truck bike. We have an Italy gift certificate. Just a lot of fun. We also got some great prizes from the Crest Hill community businesses, so that was great. So, and it's Saturday, August 11th. Starts at 2, ends at 11. And then Sunday, we have a mass starting at 11. And then the Lieutenant Governor will be there to talk for about 10 minutes and just give a little history of how the Italians moved into the Chicagoland area. And then it goes until 10 o'clock Sunday night. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Well, it's always been a very well-run festival, so I congratulate you on that. You bring in tremendous amount of crowds for the weekend. And I think that the city of Crest Hill has made a great partnership with the Italian Club, and I think that together we work very well together. And it's always been very positive, and it's a destination point for the weekend. So we look forward to another great picnic on Saturday and Sunday. And I will open it up for city council. Everything's in order. You have your liquor license. Everything's in order. You guys are ready to go. I see the signs are out. So I will open it up if council would like to make any comments in regards to the Festa
Well,
Italiana.
it's always a great thing. I look forward to it, and I think you should let Nate enter it and then have wagers on it. And, you know, people can bet on if it'll win or not, and then you can make some money.
Hey, we can videotape it.
I think that's a great
It'll be
idea.
all over Facebook.
Yeah. I've done so many eating contests in the past. I've hung up that hat.
Okay, you gotta compete against this guy. This guy
Sweet.
does it, and he's up there in the top, so.
You know, I used to, in years past, I used to always feel sorry for the picnic that was at St. Joe's Park the weekend of the Festa, because it's just complete competition. The same people that'd be at St. Joe's Park were at the Festa, but this is the first year there is no picnic at St. Joe's Park this Sunday.
It wasn't last year either. I
Okay,
checked.
yeah.
Yeah.
So people were asking me yesterday at our picnic, whose picnic is next week? And I said, the Festa at Italian Club. So it's a little bit drive down the road for those people, but they will sure to come out and visit.
Thanks.
Good luck. Hope it goes well.
Okay, thanks, Tony and Zach, and good luck, and we'll see you down there. Okay.
Bye,
And
Zach.
as long as we have such a captive audience here tonight, I'd like to do a business promotion on one other topic, so I would ask for council's concurrence that we would go to the mayor's report. And first on the agenda for the mayor's report is the White Oak Library one-day liquor license waiver. And we have in the audience this evening the executive director of the White Oak Library, Mr. Scott Poynton. And I would invite him to the podium. He's going to be having a fundraiser on August 18th for a murder mystery dinner that maybe some of you may be interested in. It sounds like it's going to be a very fun night. So I will let Scott Poynton certainly address City Council and the audience and the listening audience on television for promotion of the murder mystery fundraiser at the library, and then we will take care of business with the waiver. Scott?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So as the mayor described, the Library District is having a fundraiser event on Saturday, August 18th. This is after the library's normal hours. It's a sort of a ticketed event. It's 7 to 10 p.m. that evening. We are, in the 4 hours prior to the event, going to hurriedly convert the library into a faux casino so we can have a dinner theater event there that evening. Tickets are $50, and that seems like a lot, but it is a fundraiser, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. But for your $50, you're getting dinner, a drink, and 3 hours of sort of dinner theater type entertainment, and it's going to be really fantastic. And anyone who buys a ticket to attend the murder mystery event is then guaranteed a seat at our author festival in October. It's Saturday, October 13th. And we have about 50 authors coming to the Author Fest, but our keynote speaker is New York Times bestselling author Sarah Paretsky, who's been a big name author for 25, 30 years. And we landed her, amazingly, we landed her to be our speaker at our Author Fest. And she has a brand new book coming out 3 days after the fest, so it's going to be really a big deal. So one thing feeds into the other. The murder mystery event is essentially happening so that we can put on the Author Fest in October. But it's a fantastic standalone event. You know, even if you have no interest in coming to the Author Fest, the Murder Mystery event is going to be a great time.
Okay, so we did follow the process in regards to the liquor license for the one day. And Scott met with myself and the police chief a couple weeks ago. We worked through all the details, and then he came to city council work session last Monday night. The library will be closed. It'll be open to the public. All the liquor will remain inside the library. We went through all of the rules and regulations in regards to liquor in the city of Crest Hill. So we're looking for a very positive event so that you make a lot of money for the fundraiser to have the author there. And in a spirit of cooperation, I would ask for a waiver of the $50 one-day liquor license fee for this event.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Sclair for the waiver of the one-day $50 liquor license permit. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Marco Colapetro,
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, you are all good, Scott. I know that the bartenders are Bassett trained and you have your dram shop in order, so everything is good to go. We wish you much success and hope that you sell a lot of tickets.
Thank you, and for the audience and the folks at home, I forgot probably the most important part of my commercial here. If you would like to buy a ticket to this event, please stop in at the Crest Hill Library, track me down, you can buy a ticket from me, or if you go to the library's website, whiteoaklibrary.org, there's a link there that takes you to Eventbrite where you can buy a ticket online. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Next on the agenda for the mayor's report is a proclamation honoring the 2018 Project Acclaim Neighborhood Heroes. We have several of them in the audience this evening. This is the second year now that the city of Crest Hill has partnered with Project Acclaim, which used to be Project Pride, for the neighborhood heroes. So first, let me offer my congratulations to all the winners that are here and to those that are not here. Thank you for beautifying your yards for the city of Crest Hill. With that, I will turn it over to Mr. John Zelenka, president of the Project Acclaim, for some opening comments, and then I'll meet him down at the podium and we'll begin the handing out the awards.
And I am a Crest Hill resident.
Yes, you are.
I'm John Zelenka from Project Acclaim Honoring Civic Pride. We began in 1985 as Project Pride, and later Project Pride of Joliet-Will County, and then changed our name a couple years ago as appropriate. We give out 3 award programs during the year. The major one is called the Hall of Pride. This year we have a banquet November 1 honoring, the Guardian Angel Community Services and the retired Art Dykstra of Trinity Services. The other award program we give is called the Reverend James E. Allen Award for Service to the Community. And the last one we gave out was to Joe and Donna Marshall, who run the Crest Hill Pony Baseball Program. And I want to thank the mayor for showing up and emceeing that night for us on June 3rd. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome.
And the last program we do in the growing season is called Neighborhood Hero. We honor people for taking pride in their property, in their neighborhood, and their community, especially with horticulture. Now, normally, we think of horticulture as its own reward, but there are some benefits, and I found some online. I thought I would brief you on them here in a short amount of time. From health and well-being of plants, benefits of plants from the Ellison Chair in International Horticulture. Being around plants helps people concentrate better in the home and the workplace. Studies show tasks performed while under the calming influence of nature are performed better and with greater accuracy, yielding higher quality results. Flowers generate happiness. Having flowers around the home and office greatly improves people's moods and reduces the likelihood of stress-related depression. It accelerates the healing process. The presence of plants, especially in recovery rooms, and/or views of aesthetically pleasing gardens help patients heal faster due to the soothing effects of ornamental horticulture. Improves relationships and compassion. Research shows that people who spend extended lengths of time around plants tend to have better relationships than others. or with others. Learning research shows children who spend time around plants learn better. Mental health. Studies have proven that people who spend more time outside in nature have better mental health and more positive outlook on life. Perceived quality of life. People associate beautifully landscaped areas with a higher quality of life. Studies show people who spend time cultivating plants have less stress in their lives. And as parts of the community begin to improve their urban green spaces, other areas will be forced to stay competitive and beautify their areas as well. That's one of the reasons why we do this. We hope people ask our honorees why they have this sign in their yard, so that they too might do something that will catch our eye and generate a sign in their yard. So, we've been around since 1985 issuing awards and recognition. We have 12 residents in Crest Hill we'd like to honor. I think at least 5 are here tonight, maybe more if they came in behind me here, I'm not sure. We have 3 things for them in this program. One is this yard sign declaring to the public that they are neighborhood heroes. The next is a framed under glass certificate from us verifying that they are indeed neighborhood heroes. And the city of Crest Hill has a proclamation for each of them, also honoring them as neighborhood heroes for the efforts they've done and the time they've put in beautifying their yards, their neighborhood, and their community. And now we'll give these out, these last 2 items, to those who are present. Mr. Mayor.
So I'm just going to piggyback on what John had to say, and we're very happy to partner with Project Acclaim. So every one of you from the city of Crest Hill will receive a framed proclamation. So everyone's going to receive the same thing outside of your name and address. So I'm just going to read the first one that I grabbed here, and we'll read it once, and then we'll call you up individually, okay? It says, a proclamation honoring the 2018 Project Acclaim Neighborhood Heroes. Whereas Project Acclaim began honoring civic pride in 1985 as Project Pride and continues honoring local citizens as neighborhood heroes. And whereas the Project Acclaim Neighborhood Hero Program proclaims citizens who take pride in their property, neighborhood, and community. And whereas the Neighborhood Hero Program honorees have shown outstanding pride in the appearance of their home through the use of horticulture, landscaping, and the visual beauty of their property. And whereas the Neighborhood Hero honorees are deserving of the appreciation of their neighbors and the citizens of the city of Crest Hill for their planning, design, and successful efforts to produce beautiful outcomes on their property. And whereas Bob and Kay Wason of 1704 Linwood Street is formally selected as a 2018 Project Acclaim Neighborhood Hero, now therefore, I, Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Crest Hill, do hereby proclaim and recognize the efforts and outcomes of the 2018 Neighborhood Heroes and encourage our citizens to join with their community to display on their properties great pride in the city of Crest Hill, given under my hand and the corporate seal of the city of Crest Hill the 6th day of August 2018. So with that, I will turn it over to John, and we will go through the winners that are here, and then the extra ones that are not here, I will give it to John, and he will take them to their homes for a special delivery.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All right, Bob and Mary Kay Wason.
Oh, hang on, one.
Yeah.
I screwed up. I would ask for a motion on the proclamation.
So moved.
Second, Mayor.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Albert. I screw up at least once every meeting, so. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Copper-Petro.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, all yours. Bob and Mary Kay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And let's get a photo here.
Would you like the next speech?
you. Rich and Debbie Scheibel. Rich is here.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Turn around here.
Would you like to make a speech?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lee Khan. Turn around, yes, get both of those, and now we'll take your photo.
Like to say anything?
Turn to Mary Fisher. Congratulations. We go for that. This is yours as well. And we'll take an image for posterity.
Oh, no, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And Barbara and Wayne Thomas.
Wayne coming out first.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
One can hold this one and the other one can take that one and turn around. Look at the camera.
You would like to say anything?
Sure.
Okay. Please go to the podium. It's all yours.
We enjoy living in Crest Hill very much. We've been here maybe about 13 years, and we live in the Willow Falls retirement community, close to the assisted living and the independent living, and it's a great place to have in Willow Falls. And it's a great place to be here in Crest Hill. Thank you.
Did anyone else from Neighborhood Hero come in that I didn't see because I was up front? Okay, come on up. Me?
Delfino.
Delfino? Right.
Audrey, 1601 Forest Street.
Yeah, give that.
We'll follow up with that for you though.
We will,
Okay. My
we'll
problem.
have one and we'll hand over.
All right, sounds good.
Congratulations. Thank you.
1601 Quarter
All
Street.
right.
I didn't hear the address. 16140.
That was 19.
Delfino.
Yeah, that's yours. Anyone else from Neighborhood Hero? Yeah. Are you Cruz? Come on up. This is Cruz Jaramillo.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Hi. Yours. Oh, this is for you.
Oh.
And there has a proclamation for you.
Really?
And
Where's my
picture.
phone?
Thank you. You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Okay. I do want to mention those that couldn't make it tonight. Joe Lavazza, 1821 Lincoln, Frank and Cunegonde Piazza, 2302 Greengold. Let's see, Michael Kaloje of 1801 Barthelone, Jack and Karen Wood of 1820 Lincoln Street, Alfredo and Angelica Garcia of 1805 Wilcox. So we had 12 this year. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Here, these are the extras.
We'll take care of those.
We will get
And
one from Quarter
good.
Street.
This was a pleasure. You know a good site when you drive by, you do a double take. And that's what happens on each of these. That's my primary criteria. Do I look twice? Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And I will open up if council would like to make any comments.
Yeah, Mayor, just really impressed to see the people that are listed on here and given the awards tonight. A lot of these people not only just, take care of their yards in the spring and summertime, but I noticed many of these people also decorate well for the holidays. Mr. Scheibel was one of them that was one of the finalists last year for the decorating contest. And I know Bob and Kay always decorate at Christmas as well. So yeah, just congrats. A couple of my next door neighbor, I'm just going to shout out to him. He's not here today, but this guy, even when he was working full-time, has spent a tremendous amount of time in his yard, Mr. Joe Lavazza, with his wife Renee. He's probably going to kill me for saying this, but he actually takes the rock around his house and around his pool in sections and actually bleaches the rock and cleans it on a regular basis. So it's just pretty impressive the time that he takes to do that. And then Jack and Karen Wood, they're not here as well. Moving around a little slower, but they're always out and they're always making it look really nice. Jack's out there first thing in the morning, starting up the lawnmower. So just congrats to them. I know it's hard to make it to these meetings, but congrats to the people that weren't here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just congrats to all the winners.
And I say congratulations to all the winners and thank you for making the city beautiful. And we'll have to work on Ward 3 residents.
Yeah, I was
next
just gonna
year.
say, I think Nate was giving us a little smack talk.
Well,
They're all in his neighborhood.
They're all in Ward 4. but-
Okay, last time they won 3, okay? I'm just saying.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone, taking care of their yard.
Congratulations and thank you to everyone for keeping your homes beautiful and making Crest Hill a nice place to live.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Look forward to it next year again. All right. Okay, with that, we will go back to the agenda. Our city administrator, Ms. Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have 2 agenda items for consideration. The first is a resolution authorizing the addition of the IPP-FA Deferred Compensation Plan. This was discussed at the July 30th work session, and as noted in the resolution, this will be the sole deferred compensation plan offered to new employees and will be given as an additional offering to the current employees. I would also like to thank both the Assistant City Administrator Megan Falera as well as Sergeant Jason Opiola for doing the legwork on researching a number of deferred compensation plans and coming up with this recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Marco Colo-DePietro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Resolution number is 1010.
Thank you. The final item I had for approval this evening is another item discussed at the July 30th work session. That is approval for the city to pay for the conference registration, hotel, and parking for all the elected officials, as well as the Assistant City Administrator to attend the 2018 IML conference.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Colo-DePietro for the 2018 IML conference. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Marco Colo-DePietro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That was the final item I had for approval this evening. The informational report is on file. For the public's knowledge, we will be holding a work session on August 13th. Current topics include the food truck ordinance as well as the public works building bids. And one informational item I wanted to note, I did receive an email from NIMEC Dave Hoover, our electrical aggregation representative this afternoon. He was contacted by a resident that was approached by a knock at her door with a company claiming to be part of the city's electrical aggregation program, informing her that they did not actually receive her opt-out notice, and therefore they needed her account number right then and there to convert her correctly. Just want to emphasize that the city is not sending anybody that's affiliated with MC Squared door to door. If any contact is made, it will be through those official mailers with the city logo on it. And if anyone does have any questions, please contact MC Squared or the city and we can confirm that. But the city is not sending anybody door to door. So please do not provide anybody your account number unless you wish to go with a different company for that electrical aggregation. So we will send some information out, try to put some information on the website as well. But again, if anybody has any questions, please contact the city and we'd be happy to refer you to the correct entities to answer them. Be happy to answer any other questions this evening.
And just to piggyback on that, solicitation door-to-door is allowed in the city of Crest Hill, but the solicitors need to register with the police department and they need to have a permit on them when they do walk door-to-door. So the electric aggregation people are still going to be out there and they are still going to walk and they're going to still try to secure your business. You certainly have a right to do as you wish. I would just advise you to read all of the small words that are at the bottom of anything they're going to hand you. Do your homework before you sign anything. If you stay with the city of Crest Hill, it's a secured contract that we have for 2 years with MC Squared. We are locked into rates. You are still going to have your electricity delivered by Commonwealth Edison. The only thing that has changed is the supplier. But you certainly have the right and the choice, if you wish to go with another company, if they will offer you a less of a rate. But I would just, again, warn you to read all of the fine print, because sometimes those small rates are only good for a couple of months, and then unless you stop or make a phone call or whatever they are requiring, your rates can go drastically much higher, and you are locked in with a large penalty fee if you want to opt out at that point in time. But the choice is yours. I will open it up for any questions that you may have of the city administrator. Okay, thanks, Heather. Moving on, our Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Mr. Tom Meggetts. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Members of the council, thank you for your time. In front of you is a memo from staff regarding crack filling on city streets for the 2019 season. As presented during the work session last week. Engineer estimates were around $150,000 for this program. Bids came in very favorably with a low bid at $109,000 through Patriot Pavement Maintenance of Des Plaines. And staff looks for approval to move forward with the contract for this action.
And in this packet, you also have all the streets that are going to be improved this year.
That's
This
correct.
was taken care of last week at the work session. I would ask for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderwoman Overland to award the 2019 crack filling program to Patriot Pavement Maintenance in the amount of $109,000. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Marco Colapietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, next.
Next in front of you is a service contract with Unimax Management Corporation for facility maintenance regarding cleaning of buildings and facilities within the city of Crest Hill. This is a new contractor that is filling a void for us as the previous vendor was unable to meet service expectations. The bid came in at $34,800, covers City Hall, the police station, and the East Side wastewater treatment plant.
And again, this was discussed at last week's work session also, so a motion would be in order for Unimax.
So moved.
$34,800, the low bidder. We have motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by
I'll second it.
Alderwoman Oberlin. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Marco Colapietro?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And finally, the Department of Public Works has several vacancies that we're looking to have filled. Staff has gone through the interview and hiring process, doing a physical agility test and a small interview process with candidates. Civil Service Commission has looked over the list, vetted the process, and given their approval. And we look for your approval this evening to fill those positions off the approved civil service list.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Coladipietro for the requisition of candidates for employment in the Public Works Department. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Marco Colapietro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions of Public Works?
Yes. The railroad crossing on Oakland Avenue, the CN crossing, it's really bad. Can you see about having the the end, start to work on it, put it back where it's smooth to go across.
We'll take a look at the situation, yes.
Any other questions?
I was wondering, we didn't see donuts tonight. There's-
Maybe
I
next
thought that
time.
was going to be every meeting.
I'll make a note of that. We'll see
No,
what we
I'm
can do.
just kidding. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Moving on, Community Development Department, Our Economic Development Director Scott McMaster. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any agenda items this evening, but I will answer questions or address concerns.
Questions of Economic Development?
Huge list of violations. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Police Department, our Police Chief, Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have anything on the agenda this evening. Reports are on file, and I'll answer any questions that you have.
I just want to make a comment. I want to thank you for working with us on making Let's Meet at the Park. And for the first time, I think it was a great success. And my favorite part was, as I told you, in private, that the same people that were complaining about the police, they were super happy about your service and the police department commitment. So
Thank you.
I look forward, me and Barb, obviously she's gonna speak too, but I look forward to continue on working with you on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, excuse me, that I appreciate this coming out. I think the kids really enjoyed it, and they loved getting in the police car, and it was just a great thing. And I'm so glad that we were able to get together and do that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a nice event. It really was. Nice, it was small, it was very informative.
And obviously we'll make it bigger and bigger as we go and people will
I'd like to
inform
do
them
more.
more and more.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Any other questions of Police Chief? Okay, thanks, Ed. Moving on to the Mayor's report, we handled both of the agenda items. I just would like to say that yesterday was our 9th Annual City of Crest Hill Picnic. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to both Tina and to Nate, to all of the volunteers, the hundreds of volunteers that helped yesterday, and to all of the individuals that came to the picnic, whether they helped or they just met with some old friends, made some new friends. I hope everybody had a great time. So thank you to everyone for a job well done. If there's any questions of the mayor, I will certainly try to answer them. Hearing none, we will move on to the city clerk's report. Our city clerk, Vicki Hackney. Good evening, Vic.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have no agenda items this evening. I do have a couple of announcements. The first is the summer garage, citywide garage sale will be August 16th, which is a Thursday, through August 19th, which is Sunday. The permit fee, once again, is $5. The last day to register is August 14th, and we will have maps and lists available in the clerk's office on August 15th. So you can do your end of summer cleaning out, hopefully. The next thing I do want to say too, and as far as the picnic, I have to say, Tina and Nate, it was phenomenal, the amount of people that showed up. I will tell you that I think we all lost about 10, 15 pounds in the heat, but it was great. And there was just so many people that, you know, you see old friends, you see new friends, and it's just a really nice gathering. And you guys, I mean, I know you had a few obstacles along the way, but it was a really great event. So I would also like to congratulate Lori Thrasher with our office, because as of tomorrow, she starts 29 years of service with the city. So congratulations to her. We are very thankful and very grateful for her. And that is all I have this evening. Any questions of the clerk's office, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Well, please congratulate Lori for me as well. A major milestone. Next year she'll have a big 3-0. Party time.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, thanks, Vic.
Thank you, Ray.
Moving on to our city treasurer's report, our city treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report regular overtime payroll from July 9, 2018 through July 22, 2018, in the amount of $206,916.54. Also, regular payroll, retro pay, for the period of May 1st, 2018 through July 8, 2018, and the amount of $10,117.95, results in additional payroll comp time payouts. Total on that was $20,922.58. The only item I seek action on is I ask your approval on our list of bills which over that same time period is $261,781.06.
Motion would be in order.
presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderman Cola DiPietro. On the list of bills, questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Marco Coldi-Petro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. I'll answer any questions I can.
Questions of the city treasurer? Thanks, Glenn.
I just have one question. Did you enjoy the puppet show?
It was incredible. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Thank you for that. Thanks for a great picnic.
Okay, unfinished business. There's nothing on the agenda. Anybody? New business. We have Plan Commission recommendation and ordinance establishing a map amendment to the Crest Hill zoning ordinance with respect to certain real property. The petition of Wash Group 7. This will be case RZ 8-18-2-7-2. The applicant's name is Fuller's Car Wash for the property located at 1804 Larkin Avenue and is a change in zoning from B2 to B3. With that, I will turn it over to our Economic Development Director, Scott McMaster, for some opening comments.
Thank you, Mayor. You pretty much said it all. So Wash Group 7 is AKA Fuller's. I think everybody by now probably has heard. They have been at a work session and have presented at the Plan Commission, and they are looking to go at 1804 North Larkin. They are here to answer any questions if you have any additional.
Let me ask City Council if they have any questions of Scott before we proceed. With that, I would invite the group from Fuller's Car Wash to the podium. Please state your name for the record. Your address is optional, and then you can certainly address City Council. Larry?
I'm Larry Fuller. And Chris Kolashevsky from WT Group. We just thank you for the opportunity of presenting this project to you previously and look forward to having a great business in a great municipality.
Well, thank you, and we look forward to having you here also. I think it's going to be a tremendous, you're going to be a tremendous benefit and asset to the city of Crest Hill. With that, I will open it up to City Council if they would like to ask you any questions. Hearing none.
Mayor,
sure.
I'm excited to see this, and I just more of a personal comment, that spent many of hours at the location before it was your soon-to-be establishment, and so just, you know, so everybody knows for the record that the business itself of Giovan's is not selling. He's still going to be in the restaurant business. It's just his property that is selling. So just want to make sure that's public record for anybody that wants to know it. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? I know we went through all of this at a work session. You went through it with the Plan Commission. Part of the process is I will now ask if there is anyone that would like to speak for or against the request of Fuller's Car Wash for the rezoning of the property at 1804 Larkin Avenue from a B2 to a B3. You need to come to the podium, state your name for the record, and your address is optional. The second request, anyone that would like to speak for or against the request of Fuller's Car Wash for the rezoning of the property at 1804 Larkin Avenue from a B2 to a B3, please come to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. And the third request is in regards to case RD-18-2-7-2, the request of Fuller's Car Wash for the rezoning of the property at 1804 Larkin Avenue from a B2 to a B3. You need to come to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. Therefore, City Council, you have before you an ordinance establishing a map amendment to the Crest Hill zoning ordinance with respect to certain real property. the petition of Wash Group 7. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderman Cola de Pietro. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Marco Petro.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance number is 1783.
Gentlemen, welcome to the city of Crest Hill.
Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to shovels in the ground and a grand opening early next spring. How about that, Larry? Can you do it?
So.
All right.
Yep, we're gonna start this year.
Very good. Welcome to the city of Crest Hill. Any other comments from the city
Just
council?
quick, regard the signing, this is just for zoning, are we gonna discuss the signing, the sign of the building? Remember we mentioned something like that in the meeting? They wanted to keep the same sign, we said no. We're not gonna grandfather.
The sign company is going to present and go through whatever has to be done to get our sign, and whatever approved is approved, and whatever not is not. It's not hinging on us from going forward, but the sign company, Quantum Sign out of Sugar Grove, is handling that.
Okay, with the city approval, or just?
Well, this is just rezoning.
Okay, I just wanna make sure.
Correct.
For the record. Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys, and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, gentlemen. Okay, anybody else under new business? Committee liaison reports.
Well, yes. We did have a lovely day yesterday, and it was rather warm at that picnic, but didn't stop the people from coming. We had another huge event, another big year, so a lot of beer and Mike's Hard Lemonade. But I do want to thank, first of all, our sponsors, for without them, the event would not be what it is, that's for sure. And our platinum sponsor this year was Christopher Burke Engineering, and they've been a sponsor every year, and I thank them wholeheartedly. And another repeat sponsor every year is Darcy, Mr. Terry Darcy. Every year he sponsors ARA, and I so appreciate his generosity. Newmark Credit Union has been with us from day one. They sponsor Sparkles every year. Hobo, Strand Engineering, PMA, JM Printers, he's out of the room, but every year he's just so gracious with all of his services. Our friends at Walgreens, who not only are a sponsor and donate the water for the event, but the event, they were there yesterday with their employees, handing out all kinds of freebies and things for the Walgreens, so that was very nice. Republic Services, Colesville Brothers, Robinson Engineering, WRDR, and Cats and Cats. They were our sponsors this year, and I really want to thank them for their repeat generosity year after year of helping us put on such a wonderful picnic that we get to do. And then here at the city, we had so many people who came and helped. Glenn was there all day. I thank you so much for all your hard work. Barb was there helping us for a great deal of the time in the bar. Thank you, Barb. Miss Ray Solomon and his whole family, they take care of the bar on the hill. I want to thank all of them for running that trailer up there. It gets very busy. Marco and his wife Lynn were there helping us in the ticket booth. I want to thank Jan and her husband and Lori Thrasher from their office. They all helped. They were all just just tirelessly giving their time, and I can't thank them enough. Chief, the police did another great job. I want to thank you for all their efforts. And our newest member, Tom, over there, you are now our official sign hanger. I just want you to know we voted on that after you left. So we're going to give you that every year. I want to thank Mark Seaford, who I think he was there almost the whole day as well. Geez, who else? We had Regina and her daughter Lindsay and her husband Rick all helped us at the picnic. I got Lori, I got Glenn. Boy, if I'm forgetting anybody. Oh, Brian Simplinski. Let me tell you, your guys in Public Works, they are aces, and they are such great employees, and I want to thank Juan and Eric and Brian for sure. I know that that's their job, but I just can't tell you how much he just gives so much of himself, and he does, and I mean, he's just so giving, and he's always got a smile on his face, and I think he's just such a wonderful asset to our city, and I really want you to know that. Marco, oh, Linda, Mr. Dyke, your wife was there a good part of the day helping us out. Thank you for that. Police Department, Linda Streisick, and Jan Plateau from our Planning Commission, Joe Pezzaveno from our Police Department. Am I forgetting anybody, Nate? Well, I'm not done with him. Okay. Well, most of all, I want to thank Vicky and Nate. Nate's my co-chair, but without the two of them, I mean, and your daughter, who did all the laminating and did all those baskets with you for us, I can't thank you two enough. I mean, it was a wonderful picnic, and you both did so much to make that day happen. And please don't let me forget my son this year, who works tirelessly on this all year long with me, who is right now home emptying the garage of tubs and lugging them to the basement. He was there in the barn with us all day too. But I just say it's a wonderful, wonderful event. I had so many people come up to me and tell me how much they look forward to this every year. And we had the puppet show for the kids this year, which everybody loved. Nate said he's never had his 3 kids sit still for 5 minutes, and they were mesmerized the whole hour. That shows you how entertaining it was. And I just love seeing all the children having such a great time and making their crafts and running around and showing them. And the bands were awesome again. So I deeply appreciate everybody. If I forgot anybody at the city, I'm terribly sorry, but it was a long day. And as she said, we all are exhausted, but thank you all. Vicki and Nate, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Nate, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd like to add is, Lily and Seapon behind the kitchen, a lot of great compliments on the food that was offered yesterday. The Knights of Columbus and the CCW for the CCWs from St. Anne's, St. Ambrose, working bingo all day long. Yeah, the Masons and the police department with the DNA kits. It is a very nice community event. The activities for the kids, like Tina said, the whole hour my kids were attentive to the marionette show. That was a nice add this year. The parking lot was just completely full. It spilled into the streets of over by the Croatian Club and even the Crest Hill streets. So, thanks for everybody that came out. We look forward to next year.
Oh, and the Crest Hill Women's Civic League with their bake sales, let's not forget them. And Chief, I was going to ask you, how many did they end up doing, do you know? I know they did more in the first 2 hours than they'd ever done before, they told me. So there was a lot of parents coming out to do that for their kids. I'm really happy to hear that. So I really appreciate that.
These type of events are very time consuming, and I commend Tina for all of these years of putting in, countless hours, year after year, being the 9th year, and she really puts a lot of time in. And I really want to thank you, Tina. Thank you.
Thanks, Nate.
Okay, anybody else? Committee liaisons? City council comments, positive city council comments? Anything you'd like to share with your constituents? We'll begin with Ward 1 this evening. Alderman Dyke.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Alderman Verche.
Okay, congratulations to all the people that went to work tonight for keeping their yard up. And it's nice to see somebody that interested in their property.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Scler.
Excuse me, excuse my voice. I just wanted to say that I had a great time at the picnic. It was very enjoyable. And the events committee, of course, you guys just put on a great picnic, much appreciated. And also, we need to thank Mark Seifert for bringing the trucks out to our event on the 31st of July. The kids really enjoyed getting in those public works vehicles. They had a great time doing that.
Alderwoman Gazal.
Just want to congratulate everyone. Picnic, sorry I missed it, but I had family that they were leaving tomorrow, and I have a new nephew, so I haven't seen my brother in many years. So I was happy to enjoy some family time. Also, we're going to announce our next Let's Meet the Park will be August 29. We'll be at the Renaissance subdivision. So that will be off Division Street. So we'll look forward to meet with the police, Public Works, and all the residents there. And congratulations to all the neighborhood heroes.
Ward 3, Alderwoman Oberlin.
Well, I want to congratulate all the winners of the Neighborhood Heroes as well. And Scott, I want to once again commend you on this wonderful idea you have for a fundraiser. I'm found it online. I'm gonna order my ticket, and I can't wait to go do it. I think you're very creative in finding new ways to raise money for the library, and I commend you for that.
Alderman Cola DiPietro.
I'd also like to congratulate the Project Acclaim winners, and also congratulate Tina and Nate on a very successful picnic. The weather held out and poured a lot of beer, I heard. And also come out to Festa this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you come between 3 and 6 on Sunday, I'll pour you a beer.
Ward 4, Alderman Albert.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. Since we're talking picnics and fest, might as well mention the Lions Club picnic at St. Joe's Park. That's on Sunday, September 2nd. It's actually the last picnic of the season at St. Joe's Park. So hope to see everybody there. Also, we usually mention, be mindful of school starting. I cannot believe it, but my daughter will be starting kindergarten next week. So just be mindful of kids getting back on the school bus and walking to school.
Alderman Emmett.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple things. First of all, congratulations to Lori. Pass that on, if you will, please.
I absolutely will. Thank you, Tom.
Also, congratulations to our neighborhood heroes. And FYI for you, former Alderman Charlie Conberry had a mini stroke. He was taken to the hospital. He was going to be in the hospital for 4 or 5 days, I was told, and after that he's going to rehab. He pretty much owns that rehab building right now. He's on a first name with everybody in the place. But he always fights back, and we know he will again. So we'd like you to remind you to keep Charlie in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, public comment. Anybody who would like to address City Council, you need to come to the podium. State your name for the record. State your name for the record, and your address is optional.
Kind of like all three together.
Okay.
I'm Jason Pribbin, 1937 Civil Drive. My concern is we have a neighbor who now has 5 beehives. In our neighborhood, our yards are pretty small. We've called several times for the village, also to the police. He knocked one over and all of our yards got swarmed. They said they can't do anything because he's not letting them in the backyard, so I brought pictures of all 5 beehives. He's now put up cameras that are specifically pointed at my backyard. And then, yeah, I put signs back for him to see, so it is what it is. But I do have the actual rule, which is 6.04.010, running at large unlawful animals enumerated. And it says, all the animals or bees shall be permitted to run or fly at large within the limits of the city. I mean, I think we could all agree that 5 beehives in a small yard, they're not staying there. They're going everywhere. He has no concern. He doesn't care. People have talked to him. He just tries to intimidate you and threatens you. So really, we're just trying to get someone to do something. I don't know what else to do.
What's the offending address?
1945 Sybil Drive. And they could come to my house if they have questions too. I'll provide my phone number and, touch base with me. And I don't know if any of the other neighbors would want to be contacted, but I have no problems with it.
Okay, so here's what I would ask. I would ask that you stick around till the end of the meeting, and then the gentleman over here, between the police chief, the public works director, and the economic development director, we can certainly get the information from you, and we will pass along to the code enforcement officer tomorrow. And I'm sure we're probably going to have to get some type of exterminator there to at least eliminate the beehive. Hang on. If you want to speak, you're going to have to come to the podium, okay? We'll have to get the, from a safety and health standpoint, I would think that we would need to get those beehives out of there. I'm sure there's a lot of young children in the area.
Well, that's the thing, like, he's allergic. He's already had to go to the hospital 2 times for getting stung. You know what I mean? Now, me, I'm I swell up. I wouldn't say I have to go to the hospital, but every time I get stung, it gets worse. I don't know how my kids are, but with 5 beehives, I mean, that's just, you know what I mean? Like, I could see one trying to save a species, but 5 beehives, he should be renting land on a farm, and then, like I said, have 30, God bless you, start, because that's the other thing, he's trying to sell honey or whatever. but like do it somewhere else. Our neighborhood isn't that big, or our yards in our neighborhood aren't that very
Right.
big at all.
Yeah, I think we have to use a little common sense here
Yeah.
in regards to the amount of bees that are going to be produced out of 5 beehives.
Yeah.
So just have some patience, we should be done
Thank you.
within the next 5 minutes or so, and then we can certainly get the information, and we'll try to do everything we can to help you. These are very rare, I will say that this, if you'd like to speak, sir, just need to state your name, address is optional.
Good evening. My name is Richard Greer. I live at 1928 Sybil Drive, across the street from my neighbor there, Jason. I have 2 small children, 2 years old and 4 years old. They play with his children constantly. Their kids at our house, my house. And I am, really, really concerned over the situation with the neighbor at 1945. I work, my wife's a stay-at-home mom. God forbid something would happen where another one fall over and the kids are there.
Right.
Kids are in the hospital, something, I work long hours. I just want to stress my concern over this neighbor because it's just an ongoing thing with this guy. And we all have neighborhood parties. Everybody comes over. Anybody goes out of town, we take care of each other's animals, let them in and out, feed them. We're all like a family on this block. And we have one guy that just wants to, call the police or do this, do that, and, just does not want to get along with anybody. And I just have a huge concern, even though I'm across the street, my kids are over there a lot. So I just want to make sure something does happen.
Okay.
And it's recognized.
They'll talk with you,
right.
provide
I just
them your
wanna-
names and your phone numbers, and we will certainly do everything we can from a city legally to make this go away.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you're good? All right, anybody else would like to address city council, needs to come to the podium, state your name for the record, your address is optional. Seeing none, to our city administrator, Heather, is there a need for an executive session?
No, there is not, Mayor.
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion for an adjournment by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Marco Colo DePietro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
John Verche?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 8:03 PM. I thank you and good evening.